YOLO, it's Yeshio. Welcome back to yet another game review where today I'll be giving you guys my opinion on a fairly obscure game known as Astroneer, which I downloaded on Steam a few weeks ago and I've been playing absolutely non-stop ever since. If you watch my videos a lot, you'll know I usually do a full playthrough of a game before I review it, and that's just what I plan on doing for this game. Also, by the way, you should totally check out my playthroughs, they're pretty good. But number one, this game technically has no end, so it would be impossible for me to ever finish that playthrough. And number two, if you've seen any of my playthroughs before, you'll know I only show the funniest moments and most important plot points of the game, and this game doesn't really have any plot points and isn't super funny. Nonetheless, I had to find some way of justifying the hours upon hours I spent playing this game, so let's review it. Do you like to play Minecraft? Wouldn't it be cool if you could Minecraft in space? Well, you're in luck, because that's pretty much what this game is. Well, not exactly. It's a lot like Minecraft, but there are enough distinctions between the art style and the items you build that definitely separate it as its own original game and not some remake or copycat. For one thing, there's the oxygen mechanic. This blue bar up here is your oxygen tank, and as you explore the world, it quickly runs out. After about 30 seconds, you'll begin to suffocate and take damage, and if you can't return to an oxygen supply quick enough, you'll die and drop all your items. Fortunately, there are pillars you can build called tethers, which you can link together to transfer oxygen whenever you need it. As long as the tethers are connected to an oxygen source at the end, they'll still supply oxygen even if the source itself is on the other side of the planet. There are also vehicles you can build which provide you with a constant supply of oxygen when near them, allowing you to travel as far as you need to without having to place a tether every few feet. Right now you may be asking yourself, Yesh, what am I supposed to do in Astroneer? Well, my friend, you can do just about anything you want to do. Slide down a slide? You can do it. Drive a car? You can do it. Go to space? Just do it! It's a sandbox game, so you really just do whatever you feel like doing at the moment, and there's no real objective or point to anything. I chose to focus on expanding my base and unlocking every item in the game, so I mostly spent my time collecting resources and building better machines. If you're more into exploration, on the other hand, you could build a rocket ship and travel to different planets to see what weird and new things you can find there. That's another thing I should probably mention. The planets. There are 7 different planets to travel to after building a rocket, each with their own theme, like ice, desert, or poison. Each planet has different resources to collect, forcing you to explore each and every one in order to find the materials you need. You can also carve out or build up terrain using the terrain tool, and while it's a bit hard to control at times, it's definitely something that I like. You can also build modifications for the terrain tool, which help you manipulate terrain much more precisely, like building with different colors or digging at hyperspeed. This right here is the research catalog, which showcases every item you can build and what materials are needed to build it. In order to make an item available for build, you first need to acquire enough bytes of research and unlock the item in said research catalog. Bytes are obtained by scanning research items you find in the land around you. The smaller ones can be scanned on the spot and yield 20 to 40 bytes, while the bigger ones require a research lab, which operates much slower but generates hundreds of bytes. One thing I noticed as I played was that this game could really benefit from some sort of trading system, where you could exchange lesser needed items for ones you could actually use. As it turns out, it's already a feature. After unlocking it for a whopping 2,000 bytes, the trade platform can be used to exchange unwanted machines for much needed resources, which saves a ton of time considering some of these resources can only be found on other planets. Alright, I've shredded up a ton of items and placed them in the trade platform. All I gotta do now is press the button and it'll convert it all into pure titanium. Here we go! Where'd it go? Oh wait, no, it's back. Yay! But as much as I like this game, there are a few things I think could be improved upon. For example, the glitches. There are a lot of glitches in this game, ranging from giant X-ray holes opening up in the ground to my vehicles phasing through the floor and getting stuck. Most of the time they're harmless, so it doesn't really matter to me that much, but once in a while, specifically in the tutorial, I ran into a game-breaking glitch, like getting stuck in this chair and not being able to move. Another thing I feel could have been improved upon is the combat, specifically the fact that there is none. There's no combat. Well, that's not exactly true. There are these creepy alien things that shoot grenades at you and stuff, which you can kill by digging out the ground around them. But that's not exactly what I call combat. I think the proper term for that might be gardening? Come on, it's space. Can't I have like a lightsaber or something? And as much as I hate to mention it, this game has a pretty big problem with lag. I mean, it was fine when I started playing, but after building enough machines and items, the frame rate absolutely plummeted, and it lag spiked every time I tried to enter a vehicle. If I had to venture a guess as to what the problem is, I'd probably credit it to the lack of item despawning. Every so often when I went caving, I would come across items that I dropped literally days ago that never despawned, which is probably part of the reason why this game is so laggy. It's a bit annoying, but hopefully they'll patch it in an update or something. And that's pretty much all there is to it. I know this review is kinda short, but what can I say? Literally. What can I say about this game? There's no plot I can talk about, and I pretty much covered everything there is to cover gameplay-wise. I guess there's only one question left to ask. Is it a good game? Yes, it is. It isn't the kind of game you get up at 5 AM just to play, but it is the kind of game that you'd start playing just to kill some time, and only after you finally look up from your laptop, realize it's nighttime, and you've been playing the entire day. Overall, it's a really fun experience I would highly recommend you check out, and if you like Minecraft, which let's be honest here, who doesn't, you'll quickly realize it emits the same vibe of creativity and exploration, and it's just in general a really fun time. Honestly, just driving around aimlessly is mind-blowing in this game. You want to see some really trippy stuff? Dig to the center of a planet and just check out what you find there. I don't want to spoil it for you because it's much more awe-inspiring if you find it out for yourself. But let's just say I've never been so undecided as to whether something is absolutely amazing or horrifyingly disgusting. This would normally be the part of the video where I'd tell you to check out the playthrough I did of this game, only I didn't actually do a playthrough of this one, so instead, go check out the other game reviews I've done. They're not very good, but I've worked hard on them, so check them out anyway. And with that, I will see you next time. Goodbye, faithful members of the Yeshio. Oh, hi, Mel. Let me guess, you got another box for me. Really?
You got mail.
Do you have any idea who is sending me these? You know, I still have no idea where these boxes are coming from. Ah well, let's open it. What is happening? Uh-oh.